Well, Vikki, it's been fantastic having you here this week. So on behalf of Family Worker Training, I just want to thank you so much. But just a couple of questions before you head off. I just sort of wonder if you could tell us, what has been one highlight during this week that you could tell us about?
I think the highlight for me is I've heard, I came to train with you folks last year, and then Maria was insistent that, when I said I was traveling, that I come back. And what's been amazing has been, for me, the follow-up from folks. So someone was just catching me up on the fact that because they were at my Resisting Burnout workshop last year, they really advocated for supervision in their job. Like, they were ready to leave their work, and somehow my work was able to shoulder them up to get the supervision that they needed on their job. Oh, nice. So I would say there's been a lot of people, like 8 people emailed me yesterday after the workshop to just give me like particular things that really mattered about the work. And I think for all of us, we need to know that our work matters. So I think these small acts of living where people are getting back to me that it's actually made some kind of difference has really shouldered me up, and I'm humbled by that. But I think about it as our solidarity with each other, that we're all doing the same kinds of work and we're all able to be of use to each other. So that's been really meaningful for me. Nice. Yeah.
So what do you hope that workers from your training will take away with them from this week's training?
I guess like at the heart of the work for me is about doing dignity with people and the dignity of workers, and that we need to be in solidarity with each other. That our sustainability requires us to be able to enact our ethics, and that we're also required actually to do something about the social context of social injustice, meaning we actually have to be activists. We have to work for social justice. It shouldn't just be tolerated in the helping professions, it's a requirement. And we're up against the whole discourse of professionalism when we take political positions, but I know everybody here is on to it, but I think the thing we're taking on is objectivism and neutrality is a particular position, and it's siding with a lot of social injustice. And so that, if we're going to do our work in ways that are in line with our ethics, we're actually going to have to work to change the social context of injustice. So I think therapist as activists, frontline worker as activists, that's nothing to be ashamed of or to hide, and that we try to get our disciplines to embrace that as actually an ethical requirement. Yeah.
And for you, what will you take back to Canada from Australia, from this training that's happened? What will you take back with you?
Well, it's been amazing. It's been amazing being here. One thing is every break where I go out, I make sure I see a parrot. And it's just nuts that, this place is so beautiful and gorgeous. So so I know that I'm on different territory, but there's so much that's similar in our colonial histories in Canada and Australia. But I think, in particular, I think Ivan Clark's sharing his story as an Aboriginal man and the story of the stolen generation, and how his story is parallel, not the same story, but a parallel story to First Nations and Métis and Inuit people that I might be working with in Canada, and how Ivan has been able to have transformation both for himself and in his work with other men who've used violence, and that I told Ivan that amplifies my hope so much. I so believe in the culture of accountable men, and I think Ivan's story has woven the story of an Aboriginal man into that for me, which just makes it easier to hold on and to trust and have faith in accountable men, which makes it easier for me to work with women who've been the victims of men's violence, and with men who want to be better men.